Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Your Turn to Die. And we have So here talking to us now right at the start of this. You okay, Kana? Or not talking to us, talking to Kana. Poor Kana, man. I said it last time and I'll say it again. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep this gal. We can't keep her happy because, like, Jesus Christ, the stuff she's already gone through, but at least keep her safe. You know what I mean? She's already, like, traumatized to a crazy degree. I don't want to put any burden on Kana. I'll keep checking her from a distance. So that's the thing. Kana said to us that she basically doesn't want to get hope, right? She doesn't want her hope to be built up by talking to us because we can represent that hope in some ways and try to build her up because she doesn't want to get knocked down again. Which is something that, like, we have to be very weary of, right? We have Gin with us as well. Is Gin? Not Jin. Yeah, I definitely got some pronunciations wrong. It's going to happen sometimes as well, so I'm glad people are here to set me on the right path. You know what I mean? 100%. Let's go to the central hall. So I wonder, should we go back up to that room to see if we can do anything? I want to remember, we have to, like, get something to stand up on it so we can get the... Should we try to get a stool, actually? Let's go back to the bar for a second to see if we can get, like, a stool or something to stand up and get the light bulb, because that's the thing we're missing, right? That's the thing we're definitely missing. But I want to make sure we explore, like, all these areas. So if I click on a stool... Maybe this stool? No. Okay. Because I was thinking that we could click on a stool and then maybe climb up to the area with the light bulb. The way I'm doing it now, by the way, as well, I'm going to be using a controller for most things, but then I have my mouse at the ready. It's plugged in right now, and if we ever need to use it, we can just use it. I think it's the best way to go about it. So let's go to the cafeteria. Oh, that's the passage to the bar again. Honestly, though, like, it's one of those things where I haven't played in a few days. I haven't played in a few days, so, like, I'm gonna have to get my bearings again. So apologies. Seems like if it ever seems like I'm, like, all over the place with some stuff. So if we go to the back of the cafeteria, should we try the hidden room? We are with Gin, so I'm actually very worried because we're still, like, unaware of where Nao is. Right? It's hard to see in the dark, but there are bookshelves. Poor Nao. I mean, like, that's the thing. They're doing a really fantastic job in this game of having different reactions to the same situation, you know. And oh, Gombi. What an eye-searing color. If you want to search, do as you please. I won't assist, but I won't impede either. That's the kind of like what he's been feeling around this time, right? That he's not going to interfere, but he's not going to help. Fair enough. So he's hanging out in here in the pink room. So this ventilation thing over here, there doesn't seem to be anything really here that we can explore that we haven't already, like, looked at, right? Unless we can... A bottle for carrying liquid? Yeah, maybe we don't have to explore here, okay. But it's good to check out every area as well anyway. But yeah, they're like, it's the way everyone's reacting is like, it's all different, it's all varied, everyone has their own personality. There's some characters who clearly, like, you know, are reacting, I wouldn't say better, because I don't think you can say better, right? That's not a good way to put it at all when it comes to people's emotions. But I think what we have here is, like, some people are just getting, like, more testy and annoyed at people than they usually would, like in the case of Joe, right? He's way more on edge in terms of, like, and not anymore, obviously, like, he had a really great realization last time that was really beautiful, but at a time that he was getting, like, more self-conscious and nervous, right? For sure. That's why he kind of reacted in that way to us at the time, that way he didn't want to talk. Whereas you have the stuff with Kana and how she's reacting to it, which is, of course, is there's Kai. The way Kana reacted to it is, like, you know, a completely different, and they're both, like, valid reactions in terms of in the face of this. You know what I mean? They're both valid in the face of this. And everyone has their own varied reaction to this, of course. She didn't fall down this large hole, surely. Come to think, where's this hole even go to? The cafeteria? I would like to believe she's safe. No, it's not the cafeteria. I thought it was the cafeteria for a second because I was like, that's where the dart fell and fell onto the table. No, well, we concluded that actually the dart was put there by the people. It doesn't just fall down and fall into the cafeteria because it feels like this is beside the cafeteria, right? I would like to believe she's safe. So the red room's over here. Maybe we can get some dialogue on the red room for them to... This escape room. The clock is working quietly. There's nothing left in the locker. Yeah, maybe there's nothing here either. Really cool room, though. Music's so good. I think you have to walk a really fine line with all this stuff, right? You really do when it comes to like music in a game like this, because you're gonna be hearing it all the time. What? It's a freaking dummy of us. Is this me? It's a spinning image. I'm looking into a mirror. Oof, our enemy's got some wild hobbies, huh? It's eerie how detailed it is. We talked about like a dummy of ourselves possibly right last time, right? Yet I can't look away from the intricateness. It's amazing. But when was this made? That's the thing. They're like, what are they doing here? They dropped them in and dropped them out. You couldn't pull this off without a lot of long, detailed observation. It's so weird. It's so weird. Who could accomplish such a thing? She keeps thinking back to Kai. And there's that heartbeat again, of course. Like, again, she already had anxiety about the stalker stuff. But now, to her, you know, what's happening now and what she's feeling now, and again, completely valid. She's in an enclosed space with this person. And that's a completely different feeling, right? What I'm saying, even though she's doubting herself a little bit, but I feel like that's also part of the whole stalker situation for people in real life too. I feel like, anyway, like from what I've heard, is that it will be a situation where it's like, you know, you start to doubt everything, right? Even your own valid feelings of like, that is my stalker, you know? But then she starts to go, wait, is he? You know? Who is he? Because there's like this feeling of doubt, right? But that doesn't change the fact that like she's in an enclosed space with this person now, you know? What's up? Ask about Kai? Ask who has his attention is probably a better way to go about it. KG, I want to know your perspective. Is there someone who has your attention? Maybe Joe? Joe? What about Joe? He's such a funny guy, you know? Okay. He took it as a different kind of like question. Now, enough about that. Want me to take this doll along? Right. Understood. He obtained a Sarah doll. Obtained a Sarah doll. Fantastic. Lovely, right? Just amazing. No, it's creepy. It's creepy as heck. Yeah, like, I think the writing in this game is just so good. The way they have, like, such, again, realistic reactions to, every situation. And again, they're not always, as we said in the case of Joe, when he, like, didn't want to talk to us after our choice we made. It's not always rational. But then again, humans aren't rational in the face of terror. They're just not, you know? We played 100 Line recently. I don't know if any of you guys, I say some of you guys probably did watch that playthrough. But that's one of the things that really, like, always hit me in the face when it came to the 100 Line stuff. Is that a character you think is being annoying sometimes. I'm not saying Joe was being annoying, but a character you can see as being annoying, in reality, actually is just going through a lot, you know? No, where'd you go? Hey, that's a shout. Now that shout, keep searching like that. Oh my god, the support of Rico. No! He's so... a little bit of praise. Yeah, none of my ear, dumbass. Shout away from me. Super sorry. That's so funny. You got a little bit of praise, you know? So we can go into all the rooms. There's no point in not. I guess we can go into the SP room red first of all, because I know this place is empty now, right? Oh, there's water's back here. Looks like a spa. Our enemies offer some pretty good amenities. That's true. If there's hot water, we could get moisture to live for days. Enough moisture to live for days. Feels like you can stay positive while the whole world's ending, Sarah. I think it's one of those situations where, like, I think she's just trying her best, right, for sure. There's a small sauna in darkness. It's not warm. Then we have the row room, which we can go down again if we want to. Like, it's not going to hurt anything. In this game, you'd have to check everything, right? Click. A green switch. Shouldn't go carelessly touching anything else. Yeah, honestly, you're so correct. You're so correct, Sarah. I think what's really cool about what they've done with Sarah's character so far is that, like, I feel like everyone's not revealing all this stuff about themselves and, like, the true stuff about themselves. And even Sarah, she's not revealing the stuff about her stalker. So she has this heart beating inside of her, this anxiety inside of her, but it's only, like, Joe that kind of knows about that kind of maybe feelings she has in some ways. So to everyone else, she seems like she's, like, really, really, really doing great. When in reality, she's probably, like, every few minutes, you know, feeling the same type of nervousness and even more of an extreme nervousness because she's with someone who she believes has been her stalker. And I want to make it clear, whenever I say believes, I never want to discount what she's feeling. The reason I'm saying believes is because she's questioning it a little bit, right? But I think that the way we have to always go about it is that we have to believe her, right? We have to validate her feelings, 110%. Regardless of the doubt she has, we're going to make our best effort to protect Sarah regardless. You know what I mean? 100%. 2 symmetrical rooms, huh? Seems like you're kind of puzzled, Sarah. Might be in a scary trap, meow. Poor Gin. Be careful. So, can we get Keiji to do this light bulb? The light bulb shines with a gentle light. This light bulb is not getting power installed in the ceiling. Can't reach it. Keiji can probably reach it, right? Oh, it's not a stool we need. Sure, please do. I was half joking, but all right. Obtain the light bulb. There we go. That's a really cool solution, right? Because I was thinking we get a stool, but what it does is actually it allows us to progress through the game and makes us progress through the game to actually get to a situation where like everyone's together. So we can't do this without progressing the game, but it actually feels very natural in a sense too. It's not just a feeling of like, well, I could just do that right now. God. It's like there is a reason why you can't do it right now. You need someone much taller, and also you need to go on someone's shoulders. So yeah, it goes with the progression of the game. Yeah. Yes, I hope it never sounds like when I say like believe. I just mean that like, you know, she's doubting herself right now, but again, we will trust her feelings, right? We'll trust her feelings. And even if she's having doubts, we'll support Sarah 100% because it's not right that to ever doubt someone's feelings in that sense. You know what I mean? There's a hole in the ceiling to insert something. I wonder. Piggyback, please. That's only logical. Her and Keiji seem to be getting a little bit closer for sure. Like their friendship seems to be like or it's not even friendship, but like I guess like their understanding, I guess would be a good way to put it. You know what I mean? And like I think it comes to a case where like not that I trust him fully, but it's one of those situations where like he's like I guess this older cop, she's like a you know, this middle schooler. So obviously they're both with like different like wavelengths of life, but I think that what they have that they probably see is that they both are under pressure in some ways being trusted by people to do something, I guess. So there is like a relatability in that sense, right? Even though like they're like different experiences completely. You know what I mean? There, you did good. Like they're both very Mr. Policeman's not a dog. Oh my god. That's very funny. You did good. But you know what I mean? It's like they're both progressing the whole thing forward. So that's everything mirrored, right? What does that do for us? Is there anything else we have to mirror again? Maybe that's opened up the door in the middle, possibly? Can't proceed past these iron bars. Did Miley vanish past here? And of course we're thinking about Miley as well. Should we go to the SP yellow room? Because now we have, the room seems to be mirrored, right? But, oh, we have to maybe, do you think we have to like put some water in this too? I'm not a penguin. No, but how do we even put water in this? You know what I mean? We have to figure out a way to because we have to do something with the doll, right? A doll looks remarkably like me. But I remember she said something to do with the doll last time, but I don't remember the exact thing. Wait, okay, I have an idea. Is it possible that we have to... No, that doesn't make any sense. Because I was thinking like... No, we do have to do something in this room though. I was thinking like maybe like we stand them in front of the mirror or something. But I was thinking at the first like we sit them here, but maybe we stand them in front of the mirror and then they like... A blurry mirror only vaguely reflects me. I guess put the doll... Yes, there we go! Place the Sarah doll in front of the mirror. Awesome, okay. Because I was thinking we sit them here, but then like at the mirror makes much more sense. So then if I go over here, mirror has droplets stuck to it. So it only shows a blurry reflection of me stand in front. I stood in front of the mirror. Now everything in the room is symmetrical. That's the only thing we're missing. Something outside the room moved, making a loud sound. This was a fun puzzle. This was a super fun puzzle. And I'm not surprised because the game has been like super fun so far. And it's like, yeah, there's a layer of like absolute horror above everything, but the game's actually fun. Way to go, Sarah. Let's take a look outside. Yeah. It's like, we go the same with Cage. It's like, I don't trust him fully, but I do think that we're both in a situation where we're both trying to like keep it together. Even though other people too, like Rico's been so supportive. Like, let's be honest here, Rico's been amazing. And Joe has like really stepped up as well with like his emotional understanding of things as well. And, you can trust a lot of these characters. But I do think in terms of like progressing the adventure, I think KG and Sarah have been doing a lot of that stuff. So we have to go down here, I guess. The passage is open. Oh my god, I'm nervous about this though. Back hallway, is that it? Ooh, what's this? There's something on the floor. Key. It's got a tag, meow. Poor game. The key to the kitchen. Oh! Come to think of it, the kitchen is the only place on the first floor we haven't been. Since the key's here, now shouldn't have been able to get in without breaking the window. Yeah, very good assertion. But we should check just in case. Yep, best to be simple and methodical in your investigation, Sarah. Obtain the kitchen key. So should we go back to the... Or should we check out this room first of all? It says 9. There's a large door in the center. The number 9 is displayed above the door. What could this number mean? How many people do we have in this game? It's not 10, is it? There's a locked white door on the right side. The doorknob has a dial. Enter a number. We don't have a number to enter yet, do we? Let's just try a random number. So let's try 1, 9, 0. Seems it's not it. Okay. There's a locked black door on the left side. The doorknob has a dial to enter a number in it. We need 2 numbers here to open these doors. I wouldn't want to guess it by accident anyway. I like the exploration in this game makes me want to do everything in a row. You know what I mean? That's how good the exploration in this game is. It makes me want to just do everything. Let's go back to the kitchen then, I guess. Probably a good way to do it, right? Yeah, this must be so nervous for Sarah to be with her stalker, just wandering around this place, right? Like, there's no way that you don't feel a constant anxiety, but again, she's holding it together. The door to the kitchen shut fast. I'll use this key. Can now enter the kitchen. Lovely stuff. A new environment. Which so far the environments in the game have been fantastic, so let's see. She isn't here! What? How? Now? That's... Now! How did she get in here? Please stay away. No. Listen, we can talk about this. Instead of scaring her, like, again, here's the thing. The head thing is crazy. 100%. It's so normal for us to be like, what the hell, right? But she's not in the right mind right now. Instead of trying to rip the head away from her, try to explain to her, we're not going to take the head away from you right now. We're not going to do that. Try and calm her down. You know what I mean? Hey there, settle down now. You especially, please. You especially to KG. Okie dokie. What did you come here for? Please leave, Sarah. There's music. She's asking us what we came here for. Yeah, she's definitely not in her right space at all. I'm scared. Yeah, Jin, you don't worry. Get behind me for sure. Get behind me for sure, just in case. Again, I'm not saying now is dangerous. I'm saying you never know what's going to happen in this place. Ever. Now is really riled up. Ask her reasons. Slowly approach. Ask her reasons? Talk to her. Yeah, I don't want to approach her just yet. We're on your side. We won't do anything. What in the world happened? As if you don't know that. I won't hand over to the professor. We're not asking you. We shouldn't ask you to do that right now, in my opinion. Now doesn't want him to be taken away. Calm her down. Yeah, lock the door. Do a pincer attack? No, calm her down. Please calm down. We don't intend to take him. Yes, let's... Even if we do intend eventually to want to separate them 100%, because it's not healthy to have her with him right, like, at all. Like, going in and just rushing her when she's in this state, not something I want to do. Then please just leave. We don't want to leave, though. You know what I mean? We don't want to leave because we actually, like, want you to be safe. You know? It's no good. This can't be resolved by discussion. You think so? That's harsh. That's really harsh. Now does want to be taken away. Lock the door. Lock the door. Sounds terrifying. but it's better than pincer attack. Pincer attack shows her moving too close to her. Lock the kitchen door from the inside. What are you doing? Now no one's connected. Will you talk to us? Okay, so it's like, oh, that's okay. That's interesting. I didn't think of it that way. The idea of like separation, right? For sure. You really didn't come here intending to take the professor. I'm just being honest with you right now. The head is the least of my worries. Your safety is the most of my worries. I just like being real with you. I really couldn't not that I couldn't care about you having this head. It's not healthy. But it's still a situation where I would want you to be safe, right? 110%. Right. Please believe us. This is an interesting frame as well, right? Her introspection, it feels like. Since it's you, Sarah, I'll believe you. There's so much put on Sarah here, right? And again, I don't think it's necessarily a terrible thing, but I think that what's happening is like, with so much weight being put on like Sarah's name, you know what I mean? It's going to probably lead to more heartache like it did for Kana, you know what I mean? Now, in the short term, making sure Nao is okay is the most important thing. It's making sure she's safe, you know? Well, can we come a little closer? Well, wait a second. You put your back to the door and stay quiet, please. She does not trust Keiji. Yeah, wait a second. Don't be like, hey, can we come closer yet, right? Roger that. Sarah, why did you come here? I need to put her at ease somehow. I was worried about you. I came to search the kitchen. So we technically did come to search the kitchen, right? But establishing that we actually do care about her might not be a bad thing. You know? So maybe we say like, I don't know, like maybe we say that I'm worried about you. Do we say if I came to search the kitchen, does that sound like we just like don't care? This music getting more frantic, right? For sure. I don't know. I was worried about you is where I'm probably going to go with this. I don't know. We were worried for you, so we came looking, afraid what the kidnappers might do if you resisted them. Sarah, you're right. I'm sorry that... No. We're not doing this word. Okay, we're not doing this word. You can do a thank you, we found you. That's fine. We're not doing I'm sorry, okay? You do not worry about it whatsoever that I caused you trouble. We're not doing that. You do not need a sorry. One thank you's worth 1,000 sorries. I've been hiding here the whole time with the lights turned off since the kidnappers finally they'll take him. Right. It's taking the corpse, right? That's what they mean as well. She's not in the right space. I feel so bad for her. 110%. Does this room have a light switch? Weren't you scared? Did no one else come? I'll ask what she's scared. It must have been scary in the dark. My body wouldn't stop shaking. That's very normal. Now it's starting to calm down bit by bit. I just want to think I can talk to her properly. It's hard to say things like this, but I understand. I understand what I'm doing is wrong. I've caused all of you trouble. Now, no one is acting in the right space. No one's doing the normal thing here. No one's doing anything that they would usually do. I shouldn't be acting like this forever. Should I forever? What do you mean forever? This music's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. What do you mean forever? What should I do? Tell her about Jin. That's so interesting. Is it tell her about what happened to Jin? When we were looking for her? This music's so stunning. I don't think tell her about Jin, I keep saying Jin, sorry, Gin. I don't think telling her about Gin is a guilt trip, because again, I don't want to guilt trip her. I think you should let go of the box. She knows she should let go of the box. She knows this. She just said she knows this. What good is it telling her to let go of the box? She knows she should let go of it. She knows what she's doing isn't completely normal, right? But I wonder if we tell her how much, like... In a way, I'm hoping that tell her about Gin is Gin was worried about you. That's what I'm thinking about it, right? He went out to look for you, right? Did you know that the stairs going to the second floor appeared? You don't mean an exit? Her eyes are softened here as well. The rooms are there just full of tricks. In the process of searching for you, oh, it is telling her, yeah, okay. Gin got trapped in the cage. Gin? Yeah. I didn't really want to like, okay, I should have probably maybe assumed, but I thought just telling her to let it go to the box. I didn't really want to like guilt trip her about this. Very frightened by it. That's my fault. No, it's not a fault. It's not a fault. I was just trying to show you how much people cared. That's what I was trying to, but again, I should have been more weary of that. I know how you feel now. But you can't be exposing the people who are alive to danger too. I don't like it. I thought that we were more going to be like, hey, because the other option didn't make sense because she already didn't let go of the box. She knows she shouldn't have the box. She said it herself. I feel bad about this. The people who are alive, that wording. Professor Mishima is dead. What are we doing here, man? Oh no. Professor Mishima is dead now. Oh no. Oh, I think we chose the wrong choice. Oh, I think we chose the wrong choice. That's right, of course. I kept questioning him in the dark. But the professor didn't say a word. Oh, she's dead. She's not in the right space. So maybe actually was a good thing that she realizes. Maybe this actually is the good choice. But man, I thought we were more going to be like... Because again, the other option... The reason I thought choose the choice is the other option feels like it's us saying get rid of the box when she knows she is. She said herself. But if she was talking to the professor's head in the dark, she needs to know he's gone. I know it sounds harsh, but she needs to know he's gone. No matter how busy he was, the professor I knew. That's so rough. So she's there in the dark, and look at her the poor gal. She's there in the dark, begging for a response off someone that always would respond to her. And that's how she kind of felt like, okay, he's dead. I was in the middle of painting it. A portrait of the professor that I was meant to give him as a gift. But I can't give it to him anymore, can I? No, you can't, unfortunately now. Unfortunately. You should finish it. Hell yeah. Like, he obviously meant a lot to you. And what about it? Huh? He must have taught you many things about art, about studying, about many more important things. Who knows Professor Mishima the best out of anyone? You should make it back alive and finish the painting yourself. I want to paint it. Yeah. That's even more reason to paint it. 110%. Until I finished the portrait of Caddy. So this was the best option actually in the end. Because people might say like, oh Calvin, you can't sugarcoat things too much. But the way I was trying to do was I was trying to protect herself for 100%. But honestly, I think if she's talking to the head in the darkness, at some point she does kind of need to realize this is not real. And this outcome is actually very, very good. Because I know some people say sometimes, Calvin, you're soft, or sometimes you're just, well, for me, like, I always want to make sure that, like, in these games especially, that people are just safe. You know what I mean? 110%, both mind and body. Until I finish the portrait of Kanta, and look, now she has an inspiration, something to hold on to here. Right. It's sad. And I think sometimes in real life, they say sometimes people need to know that they did put someone else in danger, you know, with their actions sometimes. But it's just, I thought because she's in such a bad mental state, right, 100%, I didn't want to put her in that place because it's not really her fault. Again, everything that's happened here is the fault of the people that run this place. But the box, I'll let go of it. Very good now. Now that's very, very good. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. The door's open. You should go see Riko. Yes, Riko's worried about you. She was the most worried. Of course she was. Yes. Sorry about what I said, Mr. Policeman. No, again, like, I know sorry is important in life, but I do think it's one of those situations where, like, we have to understand that we're all going to do something wild here in this place. Well, we better give it our all too. Right. So, the way that situation came out in the end was the best possible outcome in my view. I think there's something to be said about the idea of, and I can't doubt it because it worked, the idea of being like, hey, you did put this kid in danger with him looking for you. But the reason I don't think that's totally always going to be fair is that we don't know this place to its fullest extent. We don't, right? And Yin went into the cage. No, that wasn't his fault. He got trapped there, right? It wasn't his fault. But the way you look at it is maybe saying like the emotions that Yin had towards this gal, because obviously the dead body also made his mind change as well, made him want to chase after Nao, right? And then he got put in that situation. Again, that's not Nao's fault, but I think, what Sarah's trying to do is be like, look, we need to stick together. We need to try and like work this out, because if we don't, we're going to end up in kind of more terrifying situation here. Is my water gone? I filled it up with something, right? The hot water, is it gone? Okay. Yeah, so that's what Sarah was trying to do. In the end, what it appealed to was the fact that I think Nao is a character who cares about other people. And she knows that Professor Mishima cared about her. And what she was doing there in the dark was talking to this head, because obviously this is the thing that gave her comfort. It was like a rock in this world. And the upsetting thing, of course, about that is that we have a situation where everyone's looking for the best way to survive here, Everyone's looking for a way to like live on, and it's a terrifying situation. And for her, relating the idea of like, he would always answer my questions all the time to like, now he's not answering my questions as a way to reveal that he's dead. It's a very eye-opening experience for anybody, because when someone passes on, we do miss like their personality and their traits, right? My husband Donald would always do this. You know what I mean? My Donald. I was thinking of Donald Pleasance, the actor who's passed on. But I've been watching documentaries on Halloween lately. But yeah, that feeling was like those little character traits like make you realize that they're gone. You know what I mean? Little things like, my husband would always like open the window every day at 2 p.m. to let the air in, and it's like all of a sudden the window's not open at 2 p.m. You go like, oh yeah, he's gone. And in this case, he's not talking back to me. She went through something very traumatic, so I don't want to sit here and ever like judge her for what she did, or ever like look down on her for what she did, or ever be like, oh, that's weird, that's creepy, she grabbed his head and he ran away. We're in a situation where our lives are threatened. There's a killer doll on the loose. We've been put in death games. We've watched as other people have died. We've seen what happened to Kana. Like we're watching as this all is happening. So honestly, like the fact that nobody else has done this is kind of a miracle. You know what I mean? The fact that nobody else has done something that's just as like, off the wall and a little bit out there is a miracle. You know what I mean? It's an absolute miracle. So I'm never going to like look down on her for that as well. There's no like, ooh, like she grabbed the head. It's like, yeah, she did. She did, right? Is it weird to like any ordinary person when you hear like, oh, she grabbed the head and ran off? Yes. But if you take like 2 seconds to understand like what situation she was in, we're never going to look down on her for that. A box with a suspicious look. Well, Sarah, if you don't want to peek inside, you can look away. Inside must be Professor. Leave it to Keiji. Yeah, if he's offering, 100%. Sorry, can I ask you to look? Of course, that's more or less what your friendly policeman's good for. That's very kind of you, Keiji. Thank you. Keiji opened the box and checked inside. Sarah, take a look here. What? There was nothing in the box? What's going on here? No buts about it. It's totally empty. How did they get the head out of the box then? Was she dearly protecting a box that had nothing in it? Where did the professor in here go? Is Nao still hiding it, do you think? The kidnappers took it already? This means that the kidnappers took it, did they? The way Nao is acting, I think she'd never let go of it. Getting hard to tell what's the truth. Even as far as Mishima's death? What? I just felt like saying that. Miley wasn't. If Mishima could revive like her, just sticking his head on, I'm sure Nao would be glad. What? Like a doll. Do you think Miley's really a doll? That's out of the question. No way she's a doll. Well, no point in worrying about it. Let's keep trucking along and just pursue the truth. Yeah, let's say Nao is still hiding the head. Doesn't negate anything I feel about this, by the way, guys. It's not going to be like, oh, she lied to us. Again, like, this is a crazy situation. If she lied to us, it's not going to make me look down on her even more either. This is terrifying. The blue refrigerator is empty. There's some storage space for cookware, but I don't see anything resembling cookware. Oh, codes. There's the 2 codes. So, the code is 612 and 380. 612 380. 612 380. 612 380. Please use as you wish. 612380. There we go. Oh, we have the box anyway. The reason why that's the code is because there's a white and a black door. Perfect stuff. The room was well air conditioned. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so I guess we can go back up to those doors then, right? What a tense situation. I hope she's okay. I hope she will be okay is what I should say. And here's the thing, even if she's not, we just have to be here for her. I'm going to go to the back of the cafeteria and see if there's anyone in here just in case. Because I don't want to miss any dialogue, you know what I mean? Nope. And I don't want to miss dialogue. Because even when I die alone... Should we go back to the bar? The sweetest bar will never do. You never know. Passage to the bar. Who's this? It's So, right? So? And Kana are resting in the corner still. Okay. You okay, Kana? It's the same dialogue from before. I don't want to point it, but yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Let's go to the doors, I guess. Okay. Second floor landing. And you know what the thing is? We're probably gonna have like just 2 more doors to explore, right? That's what it is, like in terms of this area. So the first one, oh. Ah, lovely, yes. Rico. Sorry, Rico. I heard you found Nao. You did good, thanks. I'm sorry for worrying you. So many sorries now. Don't sweat it, especially because you're safe. Exactly, Rico. Love this gal. But now, we're your buds, right? Don't take off anymore, okay? Exactly. Buds, yeah. You want to be? If my makeup's scary, I can take... Oh my god, Rico. Rico's gonna take off her makeup for you now. That's not it. I'm very happy. Like, that's how you know she cares. 100%. All right. Very, very sweet stuff there. Very sweet stuff. Rico's such a supportive person, honestly. Now and Rico stand in the passage. I'll do my best to make up for troubling you. Rico does not mind. You're fine now. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, 100%. It says 2 now. Why does it say 2 now? There's a large red door in the center. Number 2 is displayed above the door. What could this number mean? Because it said 9 before. Wait. Is that because everyone is up here now, apart from Kana and... So? Maybe? So the code is 380. Yeah, 380 is the code for this one, isn't it? 380. Enter the number. So it's 3. And then this is 8 and then 0. Black door opened. And then let's also open up the white door, which is, I forget what it is. Let's check what it is again. I'll forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. 612. 612. You can tell I'm using a controller versus the mouse when I do this. 6, 1, 2. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's go into the locker room to check what's in here. Oh. Is that a paper shredder? An electric paper shredder. It's a machine for shredding documents and such. There's lots of shredded pieces inside. How about it, Sarah? See anything of interest? This? Just garbage. Probably just a waste of time to check it all, huh? Recreating the documents from all this paper would be very time consuming. You okay, Gin? I'll try searching it. Wait, really? Are you sure? Gin. Gin seems all fired up. I'll watch until he's done. Thank you, Rico. If there's one person you can trust, it's Rico. 110%. A large blackboard with nothing written on it. And there's also a light shining on it. Light is pointing at the blackboard. So, I guess we can leave this to them. Electric paper shredder. Gin is investigating the scraps inside. Maybe Gin's starting to regain his spirits too. Hopefully, I mean, like, the thing is, I find, like, if it would, like, that's the same with any, like, kid, right? You give them a task and they feel very, you know, with it, I think, you know? For sure. Get back in there. Watch again. Oh. It's just a waste paper bin? There's nothing in the trash can. There's a handcuff at the end of the chain. I wonder what this is. Plus, the air in the room feels heavy. Well, this place is no good. How do you mean that? I can sense a bad feeling somehow, so please tell me. I'm betting somebody died here. How do you propose that? I can faintly smell blood. Oh, like there's probably like a copper smell, like blood. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Since there's dust, it was wiped a little while ago. Since there's, okay, it took a while ago, okay. I put the time around, yeah, maybe the first trial. So wait, somebody died around the first trial here? Once I began causing it, I understood. The unremovable raw stench of blood. The air that repulsed my instincts. It's disgusting. I want to throw up. What the hell was that? Don't imagine it. Feeling your limits, Sarah? KG, I'll check every inch of this room. You get out, Sarah. But I'm saying trust in your friendly policeman. When someone says trust in me, it's sometimes hard to trust, but I guess we got it. With a gentle push on the back, I proceeded to the exit out of the room. To think an empty room could make me tremble. Yeah, I mean, like, man, like, that's the thing, as we say, like, you know, people put the element of, like, being very well put together on Sarah, but, like, there's no doubt in our minds that it's also, like, very, very difficult for her, obviously. It's been planted in me, the fear of death. I mean, death is a very normal thing to be afraid of. Not that I'm trying to downplay her feelings. I'm saying, like, it don't feel weird, right? But it's clear with her, it's more of, like, an instinctual kind of, like, she can feel it, right? For sure. So what do we do now? Should we check on them in the black room? Anything done? Games investigating scraps inside. Okay. Should we shred this? I know with some names, including Professor Mishima, there's also a name Alice Yubasami. Rumara Kageyama. Megumi Sasahara. Why did they said Alice? They made sure to mention Alice, right? They made sure to mention Alice. Should we go back downstairs now? Is that what we have to do? I mean, we can try, because I don't know what else to do here then. Or maybe check some other areas at the very least. Oh, so. Hey, Miss Sarah. So, and Kana, aren't you tired? It's not good to work too hard. You should take some time to rest. I'm still energetic. I don't mind Sarah taking a bit of a break. I'm a little tired too. If you start getting weary, everyone will be uneasy. It's bad for your looks too. Don't worry about the looks part. That's not gonna be nobody's business. But you never know when someone might attack, so it's hard to stay calm and rest. I know he didn't mean it in a bad way, by the way. I know he didn't mean it, like, at all. He didn't mean to be even snarky or rude. He was just kind of like, you know, it's like one of those passing comments where you're like, you know, hey, you gotta get your sleep. It's good for your looks too, you know? That's like something people just say kind of sometimes in casual conversation. It's interesting to say, it's not surprising he says this, by the way. You know, it should be like a more shocking thing, him saying like, you know, someone might attack. He literally was attacked. Miss Sarah, I don't think you should go to the first floor on your own. Huh? But... hey. Joe's your best friend, right? Yeah. He's a bit stupid in ways, but he's a really good guy. He's a very good guy. Miss Sarah, you trust Joe then? So what about Joe? Miss Sarah? So came very close to me and spoke in a whisper. Do you remember that vote? What are you doing so? I nearly forgotten it. I've been trying to forget it. The vote about Mishima? What does he do? What is he doing here? The vote in which Professor Mishima died? I screwed in my own vote. Mishima got 3 votes. So and now got 0 votes, and everyone else got 1 vote each. But of course, we thought that choice held no meaning. You see, I voted for Joe. You voted for Joe? Why? Why Joe? Do you know what that means? Oh, I get what he's saying here. If I'm not mistaken, he's saying because he voted for Joe, that means Joe didn't vote for himself. So either he voted for somebody else. Oh no, he factually voted for somebody else. No matter what. And it wasn't us. So he voted for somebody else factually. We'll be going on catch. That's what I'm saying anyway. Factually, so Joe then voted for somebody else. If So's saying, again, here's the thing, it's not like, here's the thing, I just met So, I'm not saying he's untrustworthy, but like, coming up and whispering in my ear about like what Joe voted for after saying we trusted Joe, you know what I mean? Joe didn't vote for himself. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, 100%. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Should we look for Joe? What did I empty the bottle of water in? Or maybe just emptied naturally for some reason. But yeah, that stands to reason. If Soa voted for Joe, that means he voted for somebody else. And I think what he's trying to sell is the idea that we could possibly have voted for. He could possibly have voted for Mishima, right? I don't think we have to go in here ever again. Every time we go in here, there's nothing here. I think they'd make it more emphasized that we would have to go here. Let's go to the SP Yellow room. Okay, Joe's not here. Let's go to the mirror room. And if not, we can go back into the back hallway after this. Maybe that triggers something as well. You never know. That doll is terrifying now. Look at that. Really effective visual, though, isn't it? Really effective visual. Let's go to the second floor landing again. And let's go to the second floor back hallway. I say we go to the black room first to see how they're doing. Any progress? Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then we can try the white room and see if anything's progressed. See, even though a character's around, that doesn't mean you'll always just see them in places, so it might be... Wait, well, we can't go to the white room, so we have to go downstairs. Right? This is kind of worrying though, right? Let's try every area then, I guess. We can go to the bar first. Oh, there's Joe. He's just here by himself. Joe's sitting down wearily. He's staring at something in his hand. Talking to him, right? What's the matter, Joe? Sarah, you startled me. You okay? Did he get a card too, like we did? This is in my inside my pocket. It was a photo of me, Joe, and Ryoko. We're at a cafe having a fun chat together. Do you miss Ryoko? That's the girl, right, that he likes? This music is so, beautiful. Of course I'm going to ask him, does he miss Ryoko, right? He was talking about her all the time. Yeah. Oh, look at the smile on his face. Man, I miss her. Understandable. Understandable. So I'm sure enough, it's unthinkable for me to suspect Joe. So, he must be just seeing shadows where there aren't any. So, this is a really interesting thing you're doing here. Right? And it's actually really well written in my opinion too, where this place is going to make us paranoid, right? And so whispering in her ear being like, hey, what do you think about Joe? Who do you vote for? It's going to make you a tiny bit suspicious, right? It's going to make you feel like, maybe I should check that out, right? Regardless, because it's an enclosed space, everyone's going to get that type of cabin fever kind of feel. We go to Joe, we talk to him, we see the smile on his face, him talk about Ryoko, and our heart flutters in a way that you would for your friend, right? Where it's like, oh, that's my guy, right? That's my best friend, right? He's being sentimental with his picture as well, you know? Yeah. Suddenly I thought back, or maybe Joe got involved in this because he came to my house. If you'd gone straight home, wouldn't he be living a normal life right now? That's interesting to say, because like would who would they have gotten involved in the trial with you? Because it has to be 2 people in the trial. Or does it has to be two people in the trial? Because other people didn't mention other people in their trials all the time, right? How late of a realization is that? Yeah. So what we're realizing is that Joe, of course, got involved in this because he was there. You know, I was so focused on myself. I didn't consider Joe's perspective for a second. This is incredibly mature of Sarah. Incredibly mature of her to kind of think to herself, have that introspection of being like, oh man, how does Joe feel about this, right? If he just went home and if he didn't protect me, if Joe wasn't a good friend, he'd be just in a better situation right now, you know? I had my first proper date with yoga that day. I was so nervous I couldn't talk at all. The music in this game is so fantastic. Suddenly we ended up talking about you, Sarah. Are you serious? Do you remember the time you tried to sit on the traffic cone and fell on your butt? I couldn't stop laughing. Very beautiful memory, right? Those type of memories you have. You promised you wouldn't tell anyone. It sure got the conversation lively. So then I sort of asked her why she decided to go out with me. Oh, that's an interesting question to ask someone. What do you mean, why? I mean, you didn't know me that much, yeah? Really? Well, no friend of Sarah's could be a bad person. Whoa. People put Sarah on a pedestal even outside of this place. People care about Sarah a lot and I think of her highly outside of this place too. Funny, right? Because I was thinking the same thing. Joe. Is he saying he's a better person because he's friends with us? That's really sweet if that's what he's saying. Oh my god, Ryoga made an agreement. If anyone makes Sarah cry, we'll make them cry. So he's saying how much he appreciates us. Again, that's really, really nice of you, Joe. That's so sweet. That's such a sweet thing to say. So, stop looking like you're on the verge of tears. Oh, Joe, jeez, are you trying to, just kill me with, the sweetest thing ever, constantly? I mean, Joe, if I make you cry, Sarah, that means Ryoga's gotta sock me. Oh my god, why are you, where did they find you? How could they, they stop making people like you? The biggest sweetheart in the world? Jesus Christ. How did they find someone like this? You know what I mean? Or to say you break the mold when you made Joe, I guess. Absolute sweetheart. You're right, Joe. I'd better have you protect me. Whenever I see a traffic cone, I'll exterminate. That's very sweet as well. At least if you remember it, I mean it. That moment there was fantastic, right? Just a nice little memory about the two of them, right? This and also it kind of shows the appreciation Joe has for Sarah and also other people have for Sarah too. And I think it's a very to me it shows how much he cares about Sarah too, that in these moments when he's hanging out with this girl and it's his first date with this girl, he's still thinking about her, right? And that to me is a really and I'm not saying in a love way. I'm saying that shows they both have this appreciation for her, right? And there's a way that they can both unite under this one banner. And the fact as well that Sarah's liked so much outside of this place as well, that she even sees that people even go, oh yeah, if you're friends with her, you must be a good person, you know? And also and I think it's also emphasizing the relationship between Sarah and Joe in that situation. And we're gonna end the video here so we can talk about everything that's happening anyway. But it emphasizes the relationship between the two of them for me because it's a thing where Sarah in that moment realized, oh my god, if Joe wasn't such a good friend, he would not be in this situation with me. Right? She had this lack of trust from So for a second, right? I bet, right? Because of course you're in this enclosed space, everything's happening, all that stuff. But then when she saw him, it all flew away. You know what I mean? That feeling flew away. You know what I mean? And if Joe wasn't there to help us, we would be in a situation where we'd be alone, I guess. But also at the same time too, he would be at home right now, probably enjoying himself in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And I think the reason why that's so important as well is because in that moment when she kind of like wanted to show true appreciation for this guy who has gone to the ends of the earth to make sure that she is safe, instead of getting to appreciate him verbally, right, he turns it around and says, "You're the reason I met Ryoko." You know what I mean? Like, it's a very sweet thing. It's a very sweet situation to have like this situation where like, in this one fell swoop, our appreciation for Joe goes from, man, that poor guy, if he didn't help us, he wouldn't be in the situation, to, oh my God, he's still making it out that we're the good person in this situation, which Sarah is a good person, right? But even in that moment, he said like, yeah, me and Ryoko will have to punch each other or something. Like, if anyone's mean to Sarah, we have to hit them, right? And that's so important. Because it's like, it's not them saying they're going to start beating people up, but it's more of a situation of like, we don't want to make you cry. Because then Joe turns around and says, if I make you cry, then Ryoko's got to hit me. That's him saying like, you always look like you're on the verge of tears. Joe notices something that other people maybe don't, because people put Sarah on a pedestal of like being so strong, being so tough, which she is very strong and tough, right? Despite all the stuff that's happening around her, she's incredibly strong. But I think Joe obviously knows her better than anyone. So he's kind of like, hey, you always look like you're on the verge of like being kind of really upset here. So if I make you upset at any point, I get a punch in the face. It's a very cool way of showing like, hey, you're cared about, you're really liked, and it's their own natural way of doing it. And then showing the memory of like, oh, you falling over the cone, I'm gonna beat up a cone, is his way of kind of like joking about it, but also still kind of making the situation very comfortable. You can tell that they're very close friends, and it's a very beautiful thing there between the two of them. A very beautiful scene there with Joe, honestly. I don't think that Soo is trying to, like, because we have to be suspicious of everybody, right? That's the way these games work. The way I do this is the same thing I do in Ace Attorney, the same way I'll do in Danganronpa. Suspicious of everybody, trusting and caring to everybody, right? Does that make sense? Where it's like, unless someone does something bad. But for me, I always do it this way. Like, it's like, yes, will I be suspicious of Keiji? Yes, 100%. Am I going to make that color my way I treat him? Well, depends on obviously what he does. It's different if, like, say he said something really horrible to us. But I'm not going to let that color my situation where I'm not going to try and, like, do the best for people in this group, right? You have to suspect anybody, but at the same time, too, don't let that color your experience, because then you're going to go around the place going, I don't know if I trust this person. This person seems a little untrustworthy, and you end up not getting close to anybody, right? I'd rather be betrayed and had people I loved in this game. That is the death game. It appears, because again, the gun game shows it's a death game. I'd rather be betrayed and have people I loved and had amazing experience with people I loved, than being totally suspicious of everyone all the time and not have a fantastic experience where, like, I grow to love a bunch of characters. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't really play a game like that where I'm like saying, like, say for now, for example, when she's in the kitchen of being like, it's like, oh, maybe she's actually like planning to kill us here in this kitchen, or maybe so whisper in her ear because he wants to sow doubts in her mind. Maybe Keiji's actually the murderer, you know what I mean? Rico's being too nice, that type of situation. Like, I don't like to play games like that. While we will always be weary of situations, I'd rather have a really beautiful experience with these beautiful characters as much as I can. And if one of them betrays me, I can say it's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all, right? I guess is the way I look at it. But yeah, I don't want to just like blanket so with a whole thing of like Joe bad, so good, or Joe bad, so good. You know what I mean? I don't want to blanket that. That's not the way we're going to do this. Everyone's in a weird situation. Everyone's acting weirdly. This whole situation here, this whole journey we went through here with Nao, I think is actually a really dark situation. But at the same time too, I think that they handled it once again, I think, with like a respectful nature towards the character, right? And I think that's something that is very respectful, because I think it's the same thing they did with Rico when Nao came back, and the same thing they did with Kana when she came back to Rico as well. It's very easy, right? It's very easy to write a story where, and by the way, you can do this normally, but then you also like understand that then your character becomes insensitive. It's very easy to make a whole game where everyone's like, "Whoa, she grabbed a head and she ran away with it. Oh my god, it's so creepy, weepy." Instead, what this game did was showed let you be understanding, let you understand what she's going through, let you understand what everyone's going through. The stuff with Kana is another example of that last time when she had an accident. Rather than it being a situation where everyone was like, "Ooh, look at her," instead it was like a very like understanding situation, and they moved on from it, and everyone kind of like helped her, and then it was over, right? I think it's very respectful. And the reason I say respectful is I think that, like, again, you can have a character, and there probably will be a time when someone's gonna be like, "That's so creepy." That's not bad writing. You just have to be prepared to also then have your characters be considered not very nice people. For example, again, we're using the Danganronpa and Ace Attorney all the time because they're the big visual novels I played all the time, right? If I'm playing Danganronpa and a character many times has gone like, "Ooh, that's so creepy and weird. Why would you do that?" That's not bad writing. That just shows a character trait in them. But I like that, like, our main character is allowed to be kind of very like understanding, and you know what I mean, in that way too. That's all I can really ask for in that sense, you know. And I think the way they handled the situation was by not shying away from how dark it is, but at the same time too being very like open and honest and an understanding of Nao's feelings. Because just think, let's say she still is hiding the head somewhere. It's not going to change my feelings on what it is. My feelings of the whole situation are this. It's that it's a miracle. As I said, it's a miracle that all of us didn't do something equally, you know, off-putting to some people. You know what I mean? As I said, people change in here, right? Like, Kana is traumatized. Keiji is very cagey. And he's very, like, you know, kind of like backing off, and he's not giving away all his secrets, right? Gin is someone who found someone to stay close to in us, where he's like almost like, you know, so willing to just be around us now at this stage, right? Rika wants to help everyone. Joe is kind of like, in my opinion, Joe is like having bouts of kind of like moments where he's kind of wants to be by himself, while also sometimes being very confused and not understanding why other people are like disagreeing with him in some sense. Like, there are different reactions for every single character in this game so far. Even Gonbi, who is a character that's new, he's reacting in a way that's kind of like, "I'm not helping out, guys. I'm just not." To me, it's like a really well done. Sorry, there's a pen in front of my mouth there for a second. That's why I made a weird sound. To me, it's just like really well done how like they have all these reactions to all these things happening, and it's not seen as shameful to react in a bad way. You know, it's not seen as horrible to react in a bad way. They understand the natural reactions of these characters, and because of that, we were able to handle the Nao situation with understanding and honesty, and come away from that feeling like, because what happened there in the end was that like she appeared to have, again, because they're saying like, "Oh, maybe she hit the head," but I don't know about that. She came to a realization that like, "Oh my god, like he's dead." And while it's harsh, it's sometimes better to have that understanding sooner rather than later, I guess, in this situation. And it allowed her to kind of like, and you know, while it was harsh to kind of be like, "Hey, like, yeah, like Gin got hurt, you know, because he ran after you." I think for someone like Nao to be, who's so caring and understands what it means to be caring, that would strike your core a bit, you know? And they do say sometimes you have to make people understand how their actions kind of affected other people, right? I guess sometimes they do, you know? Not that I don't think it's her fault. Nothing in this game is anyone in this game's fault. It's always good. Well, obviously it's going to be different if one of the characters like kills someone or like does something really horrible, says something horrible. You still have actions and free will. But I'm talking about like in the way that they're put in these situations, you know, 100%. But yeah, this whole series, in my opinion, is all really well done. I think they do a fantastic job with everything in this game. There's not a time in this game where I like, because the thing is I feel mostly in this game is like a nervousness about like everything that's going on, but also the characters are so dynamic and interesting and really interesting to be around that whenever they open their mouth to say anything, I'm just like there. I'm here to listen, whether it's sad, happy, sweet, good, bad, a little bit cagey, as we said, in cagey sense. Like, there is a feeling of like, I am there to listen to them because they were so interesting, which is a good sign. It's a really good sign. And in terms of Sarah's character as well, I think what they've done that's really good with Sarah's character in this episode and the other episodes as well is that they've created this character that people can put on a pedestal, but right now it's right now it's not unhealthy, right? It could become that, because if you put that whole situation on everybody, on her too much, it can become a thing where like the fall, as we've seen with Kana, the fall can be a lot worse. But what I see as Sarah's character right now is a very strong character who has been supported so much in terms of like people believing in her and her friends believing in her and people believing she's a good person, which she is a good person. But she is also keeping a lot of her anxieties and her feelings bottled up a little bit as well. Because I do think that if you're a person who's, everyone's always says, oh, we can rely on Timmy, right? Timmy, we can rely on. Timmy's going to get the job done. You start to buy into that hype, not because you need to, not because you want to, because like sometimes you need to. And eventually that makes you kind of like, you know, burst and explode in some ways. So like I hope that she's going to be okay with this kind of pressure and the pedestal they put on her a little bit. Because I think right now they're being very just, it's like, hey, we trust you, right? Which is a good thing. But also at the same time too, I hope that she can also express herself, which again, I know why she's not expressing herself is because she is worried that if she says, hey, that guy's my stalker, it changes the whole dynamic of the group. And I think it's so horrible that any girl has to even lie about that because she's worried about it being safe and she's worried about something happening, right? But if she says, and she's right, and it's not wrong that they'd want to do this. If she says Kai is my stalker, it divides people in a way. It can divide people. I'm not saying that people would all side with Kai. I'm not seeing people side with the one who's the victim in this situation. What I'm saying is that we see those situations in real life that what will happen is Joe is going to want to kill Kai, right? Keiji's going to want to probably protect but also keep a distance and keep them separated. Rico 100% is going to want to kill Kai, right? You create this dynamic where like all of a sudden the dangers that are in this game come to the forefront, and it's a situation where in this death game now the trust is broken even more so. She shouldn't have to be in this situation. If she wanted to tell someone right now, I support her 100%. But I know where she's coming from, right? Even if I'm like, hey, you shouldn't have to lie, you shouldn't have to bottle up your feelings. I think it's about understanding and being like, okay, that's where Sarah's coming from with this. And that's why she is kind of like she has so much anxiety around him as well, which is understandable. This dude is her stalker. Of course she's going to be freaking anxiety riddled around him. Like, you'd be surprised if she wasn't. But we're going to do our best to protect our character, Sarah, while also protecting other characters too. But our character will always be a priority to me as well, because I'm actually like, I've gone from being like, oh, this is a character who's like our character who we're playing as, to being like, I already care about her and I already think she's an incredible character. I already think she's well written. So it's that situation where I'm like, yeah, I'm there for this gal as well. It's not just protecting the side characters, it's protecting our own character as well, 110%. If you want to see these Your Turn to Die videos early, they come out on YouTube members and on Patreon for €1 or whatever it is in your currency. That's the lowest tier of both my YouTube members and my Patreon. And that's for the entire month. It's €1 or whatever's in your currency. And you get every single Your Turn to Die video early. Depending on the day, of course, depending on the week. Rome Reacts week, they might not be as early. But like say non-Rome Reacts week, they usually are like a lot earlier as well. Just depending on the day. For example, like the Monday Your Turn to Die video usually comes out on like a Friday. So you get that like a couple of days early as well. And that's €1 or whatever's in your currency, the lowest tier of both Patreon and YouTube members. If you want to see your name go across in the credits, that is the text credits going across right now. That is a €10 or whatever it is in your currency. And you can check that out both on YouTube members and Patreon. And if you want your name read out verbally at the end of every single video, that is €15 or whatever it is in your currency. And I thank you so much for checking this out. If you do, it helps out so much. It really, really does. Of course, if you can't give anything, do not feel bad about it whatsoever, but it helps out a lot. Thank you so much to my patrons first at the highest tier, that being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Delicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Jera Beanham, Neo Sharite, Leah 200, Malcolm Conde, and at the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.